Today I'm going to read part of the Bible. Let's go to the page that we're reading now. Okay. Paradise Lost, page 4. Adam and Eve came slowly out to meet God. He looked long and sadly at the guilty pair. "Why were you hiding?" he asked them. I was afraid to see you because I am naked," Adam shimmered. "Who told you that?" God asked. "Have you eaten the fruit from the tree that gives knowledge?" Of what is good and what is evil? It was not my fruit." Adam said, "Eve persuaded me." "It was not my fruit," Eve said. "The snake tricked me into eating it." God spoke to each of them in turn. He explained that by disobeying him, they would had spoiled his lovely world. Now weeds and thorns would spring up among the crops and flowers. Work would become hard and wearisome. There was something even sadder to follow. You can no longer say, "Stay in this garden," God said. "We have walked and talked together here, but now you have chosen to do what you want, and that means you have chosen to go away from me. Now you must go out into the world and make your own way. And then you are old, and when you are old, you will die." With heavy hearts, Adam and Eve left the beautiful Garden of Eden. God's messengers with swords of flame guarded the gate of the paradise that make mankind had lost, so it seemed forever. Page 5. The two brothers. 2 sons were born to Adam and Eve after they had been banished from the Garden of Eden. The boys grew up, and Cain, the older one, became a farmer growing crops. Abel, the younger brother, became a shepherd. One day, the 2 young men decided to bring presents to offer to God. Cain brought a shelf, sheaf of rope, of whipped golden corn, Glenn listened from gathered gleaned from his harvest field. Abel's present was a newborn lamb chosen from his flock. God looked at the fine offerings they had brought, and then he looked at the two brothers themselves. He saw the kind of people they were. He knew that Abel loved and trusted him, so he accepted Abel and his gift, but God refused Cain's present. He could not accept Cain because he was cold and proud and self-willed. Angrily and turned on his heel to leave God's presence. Before he could go right away, God spoke to him. "Why are you so angry, Cain?" he asked. "If you had done right, you would be happy now. I should have accepted your present, but evil is like a wild animal. It is crouching close, waiting to spring at you and overpower you. You must fight against it." But Cain did not want to listen to God or take any notice of his warning. Suddenly, lean and hot with anger, he strutted back to his field. He hated Abel because he was good and because God was pleased with him. Number 6, the first murder. God was pleased with Abel, but he had refused Cain's gift. Cain was furious, jealous of his brother, and the sight of Abel's happy face only made him angrier. He determined to get even with him somehow. "Let's go for a walk in the field," he called to Abel one day. "All right," Abel replied, greedily. Perhaps, after all, his brother wanted to be friends with him again. As they walked together through the peaceful countryside, Cain's anger burned more and more fiercely against the brother who had done him no wrong. With sudden hot hatred, Cain turned on the unexpecting Abel and killed him with a single violent blow. It was all over in a moment. Without a backward look, Cain walked quickly away. And God spoke to Cain, "Where is your brother?" he asked. Cain's heart missed a beat, but he answered casually, "How should I know? Am I supposed to look after him all the time?" "Cain, why have you done such a terrible thing?" God said sadly. Then Cain realized that God had seen all that had happened, and knew about the hatred and jealousy in his heart. Jealousy is very dangerous. It corrupts man and women in a bad way, and it also keeps you from purpose in life. That's one of the things I'm going to tell you guys as I'm reading the Bible to you. Your brother cries out for justice, God told Cain, and this will be your punishment. The earth will no longer grow fine crops for you. You will become a homeless wanderer for the rest of your life. My punishment is too great to bear. Cain cried out, "Those who find out what I have done will kill me." "I will protect you," God said. "You will not be killed." Noah starts building. Page 7. The story of Noah. Cain's murder of his brother Abel was only the beginning of wickedness in the world. Although people began to invent all kinds of useful and lovely things, they found more and more ways to disobey God and hurt one another. God knew that nothing he could do would bring people back to loving him and being good. They would not even listen to him. Everything that was rotten and bad would have to be swept away there must be a new beginning. But God found one man who loved and obeyed him, and who did what was right and good to his family and to everyone around him. His name was Noah. One day, God told Noah what he planned to do. I must put an end to all the wickedness. God said, people have spoiled my world with all their bad and cruel deeds. I'm going to send a flood that will destroy everything, but you and your family will be kept safe. You must start building a big boat. God gave Noah the pattern and the measurements for the huge ark, and that would be able to survive the flood that he was going to send. It was to be made of strong wood, lined and covered with waterproof tar. The ark must be big enough to hold his wife, their 3 sons, and their wives. Noah must also make stalls and pens for 2 of every animal and bird, so that they could be saved from the flood water. So Cain went from his farm and his home. Worse still, he went away from God. He had been too proud to listen to God's warning. He had chosen to hate Abel and to murder him instead of loving his brother and being happy with him. So that's page 7. Tomorrow we're going to do page 8. I hope you guys enjoy listening to me read the Bible, and give me comments. Tell me how I did and how I can make the channel better. Alright. Stay prayed up. Pray for other people. Pray for the homeless. And do good by God. Thank you for listening.